Hi there, let me introduce myself. I'm Sandhya and I'm going to be your teacher in this video, Learn to Play the Piano. You just heard my student Christopher Raja playing Private Detective. He's been learning from me for the past 5 years and he's finished his 5th grade in Trinity College of Music, London. I'm sure you'd like to play like him someday. It's not very difficult to learn the piano. Christopher is studying 11th standard and every day he takes some time off to practice. Only practice will make you perfect. Before I can start teaching you the piano, let me tell you something about the pianos. There are many types of pianos. There are grand pianos, baby grand piano, concert piano, and the upright piano, which I am going to teach you on today. The body of the piano is made out of wood. This is known as the soundboard, which is made out of cast iron. These are the tuning pegs. These are the strings. The piano has got around 215 strings, which some people call them as wires. These are the dampers. These are the hammers. And these are the keys, the white keys and the black keys. Once you hit the key, the hammer goes and hits the strings here. And that moment the damper comes away and you can see that because of the vibration you can hear the sound. And once you release the key, the hammer comes back and the damper goes again to the strings. Most of the modern pianos have got 3 pedals. One on the right side is known as a damper pedal or a sustain pedal. One on the left is known as a soft pedal or una coda. The one on the middle is known as a practice pedal. Let me demonstrate you. When you press the right pedal, can you see the dampers coming away from the strings? And when you press the key when the damper is away, and remove your hand, the volume sustains. And when you press the left pedal, the hammer goes closer to the strings. And when you play on the keys, it's softened a bit. Now, middle pedal, as I said, is a practice pedal. When you press it, the damper cloth gets between the hammer and the strings. And when you strike notes, it goes on the damper. So it dampens the sound. Now let me explain to you the postures, the way to sit on the piano. You should not sit very close to the piano or very far away from the piano. The distance should be only this much. And you can adjust the stool according to your height. It can be up, or it can go down. The navel should be near the keys. And your hand should be curled, not curved, and not this way or not this way. You can think as if you're having a ball, and you can place your fingers this way. And when you're sitting in front of the piano, you should not bend this way, or you should not go this way. You have to keep your shoulders correct and the finger positions this way. Music is a language. It can express thoughts and even tell stories. Musical stories. Single note by themselves means nothing. Only when the notes are arranged into musical sentence do then they take on a definite meaning. Notation describes the various definable aspects. These are pitch, duration, dynamics, rhythm, and tempo. As I told you earlier, music is a language. And we call them notes. They are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And after G, it goes again back to A. So there are only 7 notes in music. Whether it is a Western music, Carnatic music, Hindustani music, everything has got A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And these are the keys. Let me explain to you about it. There are sets of black and white. And there are 2 black and white, 3 black and white, 2 black and white, 3 black and white, and so on and so forth. Just before the 2 black and white, this note is known as C. And before the 3 black and white, this white note is known as F. This piano has got 88 keys. As I had shown you before, till this key from here to here, each note has got 3 strings. And from this to this note, each key has got 2 strings. And then this one is known as the bass notes. I've got only 1 string to be tuned. Now this is your C and this is your F. And if you know your ABCD, you can go back 2 steps. Now this becomes A, this is B, this is C, this is D, E, F, G, and again back to A. And what I just played, this is known as an octave, the 8 keys, black and white, only the white notes. This is known as an octave. Most of the pianos are 7 octaves plus 4 keys. The keyboard will be starting from a C, but the pianos start with an A. So this is an octave, 2 octaves, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And in the middle of the piano, when you see this key, this is C, and we call it as middle C. Western music is always written, which we write in such type of notebooks, which has got 5 lines and 4 spaces between them. These 5 lines and 4 spaces are known as staff or stave. As we use both the hands for the piano, we use 2 staff. And when you see a bracket like this, a brace, this is for piano music. The upper staff notation should be played with the right hand and the lower should be played with the left hand. All the notes can't be written in these 5 lines and 4 spaces, 5 plus 5, 10, and the 8 spaces. So we use some extra lines, small lines, which are known as a ledger line. Can you see the small ones? Yes. And now I'll tell you something about finding out the pitch. And on that ledger line, if you write a note on that, it's known as a middle C, which is exactly in the middle of the piano. And this sign, which is known as treble clef, shows you from middle C above if you keep this way, above everything is treble notes. This is bass clef. If you keep on the middle C, all the other notes are bass notes. If you see the notes going up this way, means you have to play this side. This is ascending. If you see coming down, this is descending. Now let me tell something about the notes, duration of the notes. If you see a round note like this, it's known as semi-breve or a whole note. which gets a value of 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you see a round note with a stem going up or down this way, it is known as minim or a half note, which gets 2 counts. 1, 2, 1, 2. If you see a round note with a stem going up or down with a dot next to it, it is known as dotted minim or dotted half note, which gets 3 counts. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If you see a colored note with a stem going up or down, this is known as crochet or a quarter note, which gets just 1 count, which goes like this: 1, 1, 1, 1, or 1. If you see a dark note with the stem going up or down with the tail, it's known as a quaver or an 8th note, which just gets a half a count. Or 1. As I told you, the value of the notes, we have got same like that. We have got some rest also. This is known as a semi-breve rest, minim rest, dotted minim rest, crochet rest, and this is the quaver rest. Now let me explain to you about the notes on the treble clef. The line notes are known as E, G, B, D, and F. Simple way to remember it as eat good bread, dear father. And the space notes are F, A, C, E, or face. You can remember somebody's face, my face. Now the notes on the bass clef. The line notes are G, B, D, F, and A. Easy way to remember is good boys deserve fudge always. And the space notes are A, C, E, G. All cows eat grass. And as we have the contrast in our way of talking or in the picture or the drawing, we have same thing in music too. If you see a sign like this, means you have to play the music soft. It's known as piano. This is known as forte. You have to play it loud. This is mezzo piano, which has to be played moderately soft. Mezzo forte, you have to play it moderately loud. This sign is known as crescendo, which you gradually make it a little bit louder. This is known as decrescendo. You have to play gradually, make it softer. Before starting to teach you the piano, I must tell you that the fingers are very important. We use all the 10 fingers. You should not have any nails in them. And they are numbered as both the hand, the thumb is 1. The pointer finger is known as 2. Middle finger 3, ring finger 4, and the pinky is the 5th. Now I'm going to tell you something about the dynamics, which is different type of loudness and softness. We have got different signs for that. If you see a sign like this, which is known as piano, it has to be played softly. If you see a sign like this is known as forte. That means you have to play it loud. MP stands for mezzo piano, that is medium soft. MF stands for mezzo forte, that is medium loud. This sign is known as crescendo. It's gradually becoming louder. This is decrescendo, that is gradually becoming softer.